Guys, I'm glad to be back. I had a little time off. Life got a little crazy. So today I'm going to be working on week 5 in my Project Life album. I will be using the Dear Lizzy Stargazer paper pad to create my own cards and embellishments. Nothing too crazy, just very simple, very minimal. And here I'm just going through my paper pad, just picking out a couple papers that I like from the paper pad. So sometimes I will just pick a card set from a Project Life mini kit. Other times I'll make my own. It's pretty fun to come up with your own stuff. You can personalize it and make it work for your pictures. So here I just picked out a cute heart paper, and then this other orange one has a banner, some colorful banners across from the cards, and this other dark green, it looks like a damask kind of sort of, and then I chose this other colorful one. I picked that one because I have colorful picture up on the top right hand of a puzzle that my daughter and I had been working on. And so I figured, oh, this would probably go perfect with it. So I have picked my papers, and so now I'm arranging the pictures and the papers where I want them. These labels are from Chic tags, and they're from my pen pal Veronica, so I'll go ahead and put that down so that you can check them out. I'm not sure if she still has them listed, but I know she has a couple stamps and stuff out on her shop, so I'll go ahead and link her shop for you. So yeah, just pretty simple. I'm just embellishing the picture with the labels. My favorite thing to do is to stamp and just add a simple embellishment. I have picked out a stamp set from the Heidi Swapp planner. Excuse me, planner set. I can't remember what it's called though, but it's for planners. But I use it for for anything. So I use them in my spreads. So yeah, I'm just stamping a little there. I do decide to stick it a little off a picture and put it there in the corner. That piece right there, I don't really need it, so I just go ahead and cover it and embellish it. I do end up adding a star. I felt like that looked too plain. I mean, it's fine the way it is, but just to add a little bit more, I went ahead and I have a star punch that I like to use. And when I have a bunch of leftover papers, what I like to do, especially glitter cardstock, instead of throwing away all those little pieces, I punch out stars, hearts, banners, and I can make my own embellishments as I'm creating, whether it be for Happy Mail or cards or my Project Life layouts, and they just complete your project. So I do like to have that on hand, like a little Ziploc baggie where I put in all my little punch outs of different papers. So I'm not a wasteful person. I don't like to waste my cardstock. I will find ways to use it. So here I'm just adding this picture of my daughter. This is another set from Chic Tags. These are just, I think they're called birthday cake labels or something like that. So I was like, oh, that's perfect. My daughter was in the mood for baking. Actually, we were all in a mood for a birthday cake, and luckily I had an extra box of cake mixes in the pantry, and so she volunteered, Mom, I'll go ahead and make cake for everybody. So she did it all on her own. She baked it, she frosted it, she served everybody, so it was great because Mama got a break. And yeah, my daughter's 13, and so I'm giving her a little bit more of a leeway in the kitchen, trying to help her teach to cook and bake and stuff like that. And my kids really do enjoy baking. So yeah, it's just very encouraging for her. And so Later I will journal about this picture and, you know, the story behind this picture. Yeah, so I'm just using one of those banners from those labels, and then I decided to put a little sticker on there, and I think it says "Let's eat cake," which is very suitable for the picture. And so I decide that I want to decorate this little picture here. This one right here, I believe, I had a dear friend of mine. She decided to stop by and drop off this little dessert, and it was so yummy. And I had to include it in my album. And so just a quick way, you know, again, the labels. I think that's like one of my favorite to decorating my pictures is just a little label, a little sticker, a little stamp, and I think that one says treat yourself, and I did. It was very yummy. And then I decided to add a little bit of sequins. This actually kind of looks like a a birthday theme because that card on the left, it says celebrate life, so kind of makes you think that it's not a birthday, but it kind of does look like a birthday because you have my daughter with the birthday cake, and then, you know, the little confetti, and it just looks very colorful. And so I just went ahead with, you know, the theme, and I just added 3 little sequins just to make it pop, give a little color. I love adding sequins to, you know, jazz up my pictures a little. It doesn't, you know, make it too much, so it's just a little pizzazz. So I call that one good, and I jump to the next pocket. Now this pocket, I kind of had a hard time. I wanted to mix up the sizes of my pictures. I usually just do 4x6 and 3x4s, but this one I wanted to mix up I wanted to add a little bit more picture. So I went ahead and printed my pictures in a different size. And to be honest, I had a little hard time trying to get that on my page. I wasn't so sure how I wanted it on there. And I usually print my pictures with a white border around, and for some reason they didn't really print right on the top. So I went ahead and took off the white. It's either all white border or no white border. So here I am using another trick that I like to use is I like to take those paper strips from your paper pad, and I actually use them to embellish my pages, my projects. So I cut out the circle, and then I just cut off the perforation on the sides, and here I'm just going to make little page flags. And I feel like that adds a little color to my page, to my card, and it looks really cute. You can, there's lots of ways that you can use these little paper strips. So I always tend to save it. Like I said, I like to maximize all my papers, and I do have a file system I will share with you in my organizing series. Still trying to find ways to organize my room and share with all of you guys, you know, tips to make things easier on you guys. And so here I went ahead and cut the pictures alike, same size, and I just put them next to each other. The left picture, the kids wanted to have breakfast outside or lunch outside, and so they sat out in the patio area under the gazebo and made their lunches, and they wanted to sit outside and chit chat and enjoy the sun. And on my right hand side, my daughter, she went ahead and engraved all of our initials on that tree. I thought it was sweet because she added our Rottweiler that passed away in March, last March, and she added her initial on there. I thought that was really sweet, so I had to take a picture of that. So yeah, I just added a little white heart, add a little one of those candy bubbles, and called that one good. Another trick that I like is I adhere the picture from the previous week because it just floats around in there and it just drives me crazy. So I just adhere them together so that they're together and not floating around in there in that pocket. So I do like to do that. And here on this page, I decided to take out one of these Becky Higgins Graph journaling cards. I decided to journal about my dear friend Blossom dropping off this sweet little treat to me, and so yeah, I'm just journaling about that. And I decide to trim off the excess to showcase the paper. It's really pretty. So I just go ahead and trim that. And then when I'm done trimming that, I do want to add a date stamp. So I take out my roller date stamp, and I find the date and just stamp it on there. I really love these. They're so handy. Just stamp the date, cut off the excess, and just add it onto that card and call that card good. I didn't really notice that I didn't have my watch because I was charging my watch, my Apple Watch, and you can see my tan. It looks terrible. So yeah, and then I'm just gonna journal quickly on that other side about my, the story about that picture, and decide to cut out the size first before I start journaling. And so I do decide to use another stamp, and I decide to stamp "You got this," because my daughter, she always second guesses herself, and I tell her, you know how to do this, just, do it. Don't be scared. That's how we learn, is by practicing. I'm sure the cake will turn out fine. She was complaining a little bit because her cake cracked. She didn't let the cake cool off enough, and so it did crack a little bit. But I tell her, it's all okay. It's tastes delicious, and it's all going to go down the same way, so it doesn't really matter. So the important thing is that you actually, went ahead and did it. So that's the important part. So I just stick it behind this little banner. I do later on add the date on top. And I thought, maybe I'll use some sequins, but I was like, no, I'm just going to add some stars and continue from the stars that were on that puzzle over there. And add a vellum star and then a gold star. And then in the middle, I do decide to add one of those little pink bubbles from the candy shop. And they're like enamel dots, and they're clear. And I just decide to call that one good. And so, yeah, my embellishments were pretty easy, pretty simple. And this is what my final page turned out to be. Hope you guys like this video. Give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.